At 6'2", weighing 100 kilos and blessed with a mighty kicking boot, Hannah Mouncey should have been a shoo-in to play at the elite level of the women's Aussie rules competition. But late last year, the AFL said no, deciding she was too much of a physical threat to her opponents. Hannah believes there's another reason though.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about what you just saw, which was Australian footballer, handballer, whatever he wants to call himself today, Hannah Mouncey, dominating women while playing in their league, handball. Now, this is a story that I feel like I've seen a lot over the past few days, weeks, months, years. I saw it first in the movie over 20 years ago called Joanna Man. And I've said this before in other videos. In Joanna Man, the movie, you had this guy, Miguel Nunez, the actor. He was playing basketball professionally with men. He got kicked out for whatever the reason may be. I don't know what it was, drinking, drugging, gambling, whatever. He was kicked out. So his income goes away. All his friends go away. So he's like, what am I going to do? He decided to, quote unquote, become a woman, put on the wig and some makeup, dresses, whatever. And he decided to go play the WNBA or the Women's Basketball League and dominate over there as a woman. That is the same thing that is happening right here almost to the T. This guy, Hannah Mouncey, I don't know what his birth name is, but anyway, we'll just move on. He was playing Australian rules football, not soccer, but, you know, pigskin football, like American football. He was playing that with the men in Australia. Now, you can't make it over there. He was not good enough, whatever the case may be. Although he's a pretty big guy. I'm 6'3", 6'2", 225 pounds. He's 6'2", 220. I'm his size, okay? I'm big to most men, and I'm most certainly bigger than 95% of women or more. Even if I'm not bigger than some women, I'm stronger than mostly all women, unless you're like a bodybuilder or something like that. You understand what I'm saying? But we'll move on. He's a big guy, but he could not make it in Australian rules football. So he decided to come to the Australian rules football women's league and dominate over there. I'll place a picture of his time in that particular league on the screen before you. Obviously, this is unfair. He had a clear advantage over the women, and he was kicked out of that league. So then he decides to go play handball. I'm not quite sure if he played handball with the men first and it didn't work out, or if he went straight to the women's league. But whatever the case may be, football didn't work out. Now he wants to play handball. And you see some of the footage on the screen before you of this guy dominating women. Okay? It is totally unfair. Now, some would say, hey, Bill, you're being a bigot. If he wants to be trans, and so be it. Look, I'm not trying to get in this guy's way of being trans or whatever he wants to call himself, okay? If he wants to call himself Hannah, if he wants to play dress up, if he wants to identify as Princess Peach, Princess Zelda, Princess Diana, that's his business, not my business. However, at a certain point, you got to be fair to women. I'm trying to protect women and men, quite frankly. If you're going to have a women's league, let it be for women. If you're going to have a men's league, let it be for men. If we're not going to have exclusivity when it comes to gender to a specific league, let's not have any league based on gender at all. And what would happen is men would dominate all sports and there will be no women on any team. None. If it's a pure meritocracy based upon your skill, then you would not be on a team if you're a woman. Maybe some things, but for the most part, no, it's not going to happen. I believe that women should be able to play sports and they should have the right to compete against other women. That should just be a normal thing. Why do you ask? Well, there are clear advantages biologically when you're talking about men competing against women. If men were to compete against women, the men will always win, or they win 95% of the time. That's not right. Have a league for women and let them be on the same page with each other biologically and compete against each other. If a person is better in that particular situation, you can't point to a physical difference from your chromosomes. It must be differences in your skill level, your talent level, your physical body as far as working out, but it won't be due to chromosomes that make you stronger, faster, etc. It's not right. And referees are quitting because it's not right. They're like, okay, I can't, what am I to do here? How am I going to be a serious person officiating this? I'm seeing that this person is towering over the women height-wise. They're heavier, they're stronger, they're faster. This is ridiculous. How can I really sit here? Now, the person, Hannah Mouncey, wrote an op-ed in The Guardian talking about, oh, well, just because I'm heavy doesn't mean it's an advantage. I mean, come on, man. It's all BS at this point. I think that people can see through this. We can see through the ridiculousness that this kind of, culture is. That this leftist, weird, extreme, I do whatever I want. Can't nobody tell me nothing, because if you do, that means you're X, Y, and Z, obic, obist, you're a homophobe, you're a transphobe, you're a xenophobe, all these things. When really, it ain't nothing like that. I'm just looking at this and saying, this is just not right. Okay, you cannot be here competing against the women. You're not a woman, you're a man. Compete with the men. If you can't cut it over there, oh well, that's your fault. Go get a job, work at UPS or something like that. Don't try to be in here just causing a ruckus. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Do you think that I'm correct about what I'm saying as it relates to Hannah Mouncey and his, fight for inclusion in the women's league? If you think I'm correct, let me know why in the comments below. Or am I incorrect? Should you be able to compete against women if you are a man that now identifies as a woman? If that's your viewpoint, let me know why. If you believe that men should be able to compete against women since they now identify as women, can you at least acknowledge the physical advantages that a man would have biologically? It's weird because, like I said before in other videos, the left will always say that if you are a quote unquote climate change denier, or you have any kind of questions about climate change, or you're denying science, the right is so anti-science, is that and the third. But then when I say, well, what about XX and XY chromosomes and how men are generally stronger, faster than women, and women have babies and men can't, you say that I'm being racist and xenophobic and homophobic and transphobic. Maybe I'm just observing science, and you're not. While you're saying I'm not observing science by being skeptical, having questions about climate change, maybe you're being a hypocrite. Maybe I'm the one that is on point. And it's not just me, it's many of us, including the referees that have quit, regular everyday normies that are watching this. We understand what's going on. This situation is ridiculous, but whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.